So what do you know about Indonesia? My bet is that you should know more. I certainly should. We never hear much about the country, which is curious. Indonesia is the fourth largest country in the world. It's also the world's largest Muslim majority country. According to the United Nations, almost half of the world's shipping trade passes through the Straits of Malacca every year, quite possibly making Indonesia the most strategically important country in the world. Now, I think Indonesia is amazing, but it's not because of any of this stuff. It's because of a disaster that never happened. In 1997, thanks to the Asian financial crisis, the Indonesian economy crashed. Indonesia is an extraordinarily diverse country with 300 ethnic groups and over 700 separate language groups. Many expected this setup to be a recipe for civil war. In the name of stability, the United States supported Indonesian dictators for over 50 years. Sukarno and Suharto did some pretty terrible stuff, but we generally ignored it in the name of stability. And sometimes we supported it, which is pretty horrifying. In 1998, the Suharto government fell thanks to the economic crisis. Many expected the democratic transition to be a disaster. So what happened? Almost complete success. In 1999, Indonesia embarked on a course of radical political decentralization, allowing each province to make its own economic and political decisions. Many predicted chaos. Instead, Indonesia has experienced an economic miracle. Foreign money has been pouring in. GDP per capita has increased by a factor of 7 since the crisis. This is amazing. You know what else is amazing about Indonesia? Sharia law. For a certain kind of publication, Indonesia has recently become something worth talking about. Indonesia's westernmost Aceh province has adopted Sharia law. Let me help Breitbart out and correct this headline. We're not talking about piles of severed heads and hands here. Sharia means something different in every place it's enacted. But there are public floggings in Aceh. I don't like that, but then I come from a country that still executes people, so who am I to judge? Aceh's experiment should be watched closely, of course. Minority rights have to be protected. But it's not a new thing. Sharia has been part of Aceh law since 2001, and the broader effects have been fantastic. Thailand, Burma, and the Philippines are all dealing with decades-old and active Islamic insurgencies. Indonesia used to have one of those in Aceh as well. It ended in 2005, and many think that the adoption of Sharia law had a lot to do with that. In the direct aftermath of 9/11, hundreds were killed by radical jihadists in Indonesia. As far as I can tell, the body count for the past decade stands at around a dozen. The very open question of Islamic identity is being established democratically in Indonesia. People aren't dying in large numbers anymore. Who knows? Maybe Aceh's experiment will end in disaster. But that's not what I see in Indonesia's track record. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll be dealing with the issues of Islam and terrorism in detail in an upcoming essay. Sign up for my email newsletter if you want more information on that. Thanks.